you couldn't get two bigger, horrible fucking people. There needs to, all you need to add to make it 3 is Daniel Andrews. As you know, this guy is a supposed prime sinister, scummo. But if you don't know this guy here, I would rate him in the top 2 media filth in Australia. His name's David Koch or Koshy, whatever they want to call him. He's on the morning show, I think it's Channel 7, Sunrise. Anyone that watches that, honestly, you need your head read. This guy is as vile as they come. And you're not going to believe this. He's actually the chairman of the Port Adelaide Football Club. You know, the nerve for them to have this horrible, disgusting, vile creature as their CEO or president, whatever you want. It's just unbelievable. This guy was 100% behind the bullshit Lynn Cafe supposed terror attack here. I don't know, what's it now? Geez, time flies, 3 years. 4 years ago in Sydney, 100% behind it, working for Channel 7, which was just amazingly only metres away from Lynn Cafe where they filmed the reality show. But anyway, you're just hearing the first few words he says here, what a piece of sellout shit this guy is. I'm not sure if he's Jewish. I think he is with his nose and the way he looks. That's just just thought I'd mention that. But anyway, listen to what he says right at the start.
Well, that's good news, because this is such an insidious virus going around at the moment.
Insidious virus going around at the moment. It's a pity that you haven't fucking caught the virus, you disease. Talk about how 113 out of 136 people have died in nursing homes in Victoria, in the heart of Melbourne. You don't talk about that, do you? 80-something% are in nursing homes, old age homes, in their 90s and hundreds. A person in the hundreds died yesterday. You think that this insidious virus is killing these people and not healthy people in their 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? And you're telling me it's an insidious virus because people who are already virtually in the last legs of their lives are being killed by this virus, are they? Oh, this virus just attacks nursing homes all over Melbourne. Now, not the houses surrounding the nursing homes, they're fine. But it just manages to crawl under the door into the nursing homes, and not only the patients there, but the staff who wear PPE and masks. Oh, they're all testing positive. Oh, the masks are really doing wonders. But we have to wear masks wherever we go, even though we social distance, and we don't hang around people like the old age in the nursing homes who have all got coronavirus, supposedly. You disgusting, vile fucking creature. There's more words I'd love to say, but I can't go too far on what I say and how I swear, but this guy just sickens me to the fucking hilt.
And people have got to be so vigilant. These figures beg a belief yesterday. 3,000 home visits of people supposedly self-isolating. 800 were not at home.
Look at these fucking morons just walking around. What the hell is this ADF fucking idiot going to do? What's he there for? You know? Knock on your door. Are you isolating? Who the fuck are you to ask me? You got no right to ask me. You could be just the fucking, the postman or the milkman or your fucking bus driver or fucking whatever. You're a nobody. And you're knocking on my door asking me personal questions of, what I'm doing. Fuck off. Well, you're telling me this other guy's a medical officer, and you're telling me that they had so many of these medical officers going. How many medical officers are there, whatever you want to call them, to visit 3,000 homes throughout Melbourne 3,000 homes, yeah, in a day, and they're telling us 800 weren't home. And maybe they just didn't fucking answer the door. Bullshit, they just made up these figures just as an excuse to, blame Melburnians for this bullshit virus so we could, push more draconian laws, lockdowns, curfews. Who knows what's next? Who knows what stage 5's next? It's all fucking bullshit. 800 people. So now, oh yeah, $5,000 fine. If you come out of your home and you're supposed, if you've tested positive, 5,000, and then second offence 20,000. What's the third offence? A night out with Daniel Andrews, or even Mr. Koshy? God forbid. So, all you people who were stupid enough to have driven to a testing station and even waited for hours to get tested, God knows why you would. I know why, because you're as dumb as a fucking brick. Guess what? You've given your details now, and if you tested positive, they're going to be knocking on your door. Who knows when? So, you're going to cop a $5,000 fine, and you're going to be shit frightened to go out anywhere. See? See how stupid you are to get tested? Fucking stick your testing up your ass. That was their big plan. That was the big plan, the big brother. We want your details, and we're going to test you positive, and we're going to, make sure we're going to keep tabs on you, so we're going to find you when we see you not inside, even putting your bin out the front lawn. Oh, sorry, you can't do that. You can't walk out of your front lawn onto your nature strip. That's a $5,000 fine, especially if you're not wearing a mask. Anyway, let's keep going with this horror head.
It's just staggering, isn't it?
Well, it's disappointing, and the work that has been done by the Australian Defence Forces, which has been another big part of our effort in Victoria, with the tracing and the tracking down of those in isolation.
It's all about the tracking and tracing. Your COVID Safe app was a lot of shit, and no intention of tracking for any bullshit positive garbage. It was just to get the people on this app and track them down. It's a test case for the future. Tracking everyone. That's what it's all about.
It's ADF officers out there with Victorian police and others knocking on doors at around 25% is the advice.
Get a real job, cops. Get a real job instead of knocking on doors asking people whether they're isolating with the fucking bullshit fake virus. Get a real job and protect us. Protect us from scum like this scummo.
I've had is consistently
let me note, is a pedophile as well.
They're finding people not at home. Now, that's just not on. And now today, obviously, with the lockdowns, as they come into effect, we hope to see much greater compliance. And I welcome and had urged the Premier, and I'm pleased that he was going down this path, that there would be further fines. So there's the financial support for you to stay at home in isolation, but if you refuse to do that, well, obviously, not only you'll get hit by a fine, and I think that's pretty fair under the circumstances.
And
it's all about fines. Fear. We don't want to get fined. Fine. We'll fine you this. We'll fine you that. It's everything about fine. It's always about money. That's how they control you. We'll fine you if you do the wrong thing. It makes me fucking sick how they do that.
And these groups that call themselves sovereign citizens and just defying any of the regulations, and we saw a disgraceful attack on a female police officer just
probably staged
yesterday. What do you say to these idiots who
give you fucking idiot, you fucking bonehead? Don't call anyone, protesting this shit for the human rights, idiots. Fucking idiot, you are the fucking idiot.
Say, we're sovereign citizens, you can't tell us what to do.
Yeah, you can't tell us what to do. Get fucked, scummo, and you too, Kosh.
Get real.
Get real. No, get fucked.
Is my message. Get real. I know this is a very difficult time for every...
Who the fuck are you, Mr. Pedophile Man, to tell us to get real?
body. I know people are angry, they're frustrated. There's been a lot of confusion and still to be worked out on some of these restrictions, and particularly in relation to suppliers. And we're working with the Victorian government. I know the supermarket sector as well on the distribution issues. Many issues have been raised with the Victorian government there, and I hope they're addressed.
Distribution. You can guarantee they're talking with Coles and Woolworths how we can fuck the public up. We'll hold back on essential, food items. Yeah, we'll just put the pressure on the public, make out like the toilet paper, running out shit. I've got no toilet paper being made in Australia. Oh, the shelves are empty. Fucking hell. How's it going to be when the shelves are empty of all, items like food, chickens, fucking meat, you name it, bread, milk? Yeah, no worries. We're in a planning to do that, Coles and Woolworths. You hideous fucking scum.
But for everyone else, I know it's tough, but we've got to get through this and we've got to make this work.
We've got to get through this. We've got to make this work until the vaccine's ready for every single one of you.
And what we don't need is those sorts of disgraceful incidents we saw with that attack, that assault on a police officer just doing their job. Let's just remember, people are doing their job, seeking to have these arrangements followed and complied with. It's not an unreasonable thing to wear a mask. It's not an unreasonable thing to do those basic things around distancing. I know the tougher stuff is that you can't go to work. The tougher stuff is to close your business. The tougher stuff is for your kids not to be able to go to school. That's tough. And that's going to be really difficult, and that's why we're providing the scale of support that we are.
Yeah, well said.
You can guarantee these two scum don't wear masks when they're supposed to.
Now, aged care centres are the focus again. Vast majority of deaths centred around aged care facilities. One of the worst hit, St Basil's. It's been revealed the federal government did not know about that outbreak for 5 days.
Oh, fuck. They're going to come up with this bullshit that there was something not done right for this virus to somehow spread. I mean, the fact is that they bullshit that casual workers going from one nursing home to another is how they spread it. What a lot of fucking cock shit. None of these people were tested go back March. And we knew from the day one, the only people that were dying were in aged care homes. But none of them were tested, as I proven yesterday, the home here, till 4 weeks ago to start this second wave. They saved the testing to start the second wave. And all nursing homes throughout Melbourne, that's what they've done. Even though the testing is bullshit, but they've used the bullshit testing figures to start this second wave. And if people can't see that, you're fucking idiots.
Is that right?
There have been delays in us being made aware through the testing program in a number of facilities, and that has obviously contributed to the problems that we've had. There's also been the issues of the immediate stand down of staff, which has also significantly exacerbated the ability of these facilities to provide that continuity of care. Over the course of just over the last week after I returned from Queensland, the Aged Care Response Centre in Victoria has done an extraordinary job. We've got a watch list of facilities that we're reviewing every single day and every single evening. We've been able to take people out of facilities and put them in hospitals. We've been able to get access to staff. Now, continuing to get access...
Yeah, that's the idea. Take them out of the aged care homes, put them in hospitals, get the hospital numbers up, get the ICU numbers up. That's what it's all about. You could have put these people in hospital any time. Last month, last year, and the same thing's going to happen. They end up going to die through whatever underlying health conditions. But no, let's do it now. Let's do it 4 weeks ago. Let's not start testing them from day one, because we know the problems with the aged care. When I say problem, that's the numbers they're going to use. Why didn't they start testing them in March? Why didn't they start testing these people in March and let it go till 4 weeks ago? I keep saying it because that was part of the script, to use them for these huge numbers that we see in Melbourne in the last 4 weeks. Huge numbers to create this bullshit second wave.
Access to staff and aged care is a real challenge, but I do want to express my sincere condolences to the families and apologies, frankly.
Oh, look at this. It's the bullshit they use for the reason that these things happen. Just like with Dan Andrews, the towers that they made the towers with a spread. They should have done better. And then the Black Lives Matter, and the nursing home bullshit now. Oh, and the quarantining bullshit, where people weren't quarantined properly and they were using bloody idiots as security and having sex with them, whatever. All making out, they're going to use something. They're going to make up some shit to spread this second wave crap, because it just doesn't start from nowhere. It's part of the fucking script. Just like this bullshit with nursing home. We didn't know for 5 days, whatever shit.
To those families in those centres that were most severely and acutely affected, and they were unacceptable outcomes.
No one's infected in any nursing home. It's old age and underlying health conditions. So quit with this fucking bullshit.
And but what I can say, David, is there's over 430 aged care facilities in Melbourne, and what we've had is some horrible outcomes in a couple. There's been about half a dozen that have been in an acute sense, but the balance, even those with COVID cases, have been managing very well. Yep. And the Aged Care Response Centre that we put in place, working with the Victorian Government, ADF, AUSMAT teams, others, that is making a big difference. To
have a look at this guy. Is he hideous?
You've got to go to another commitment. Just quickly though, have you seen these pictures from that deadly blast in Beirut this morning?
No, I don't want to see it. Who knows what happened there, but I'm sick of your voice, mate. You are a fucking disease.